How is it going, everyone? JiraiyaGaming here. Welcome back to episode number 68 of my Jiraiya's Topic Wednesdays. And of course, guys, this week we're going to be talking about something similar to what we talked about in the last episode. Now, this week we're going to be talking about, of course, emotional affairs. Are they the worst? Emotional affair versus physical affair. Now, what I mean by both is physical affair is more of the sense ties in with guys, so to speak. Guys normally cheat due to physical appearance of a woman and what she looks like and so forth, etc. And then if it's physically there and they can get it, they tend to take it sometimes, depending on what's going on in the relationship as well. Whereas there may be not so much intimacy, not a lot of intimacy going on in the relationship, so forth, etc. And they see that they can get it from somewhere else. They may, of course, stray somewhere else and get it. So it's, mainly physical. Guys tend to cheat knowing that they're not really going anywhere, so to speak. That's one of the reasons why you have so many guys that are in relationships, so many guys that are married, tell women that they don't have a woman and so forth, etc. Go out and sleep with them while they're still with their girlfriend. That's why you tend to see women, guys telling women that they're going to divorce their wife, they're going to do this, do that, and it never really happens, which leads to an issue, or leads to, of course, the woman at the side now that comes out and, of course, telling the spouse or telling the girlfriend that, hey, I'm sleeping with your man, and he's been saying he's going to divorce you and so forth, etc. It never happened. Obviously, there's other reasons too as well, whereas the guy may not want to go into, of course, a divorce battle, losing money if money is involved and so forth, etc. That does play a hand into it too as well. But I do think that most guys tend to want to be with the person that they're marrying before they marry them. So when things go a little bit haywire, the wife may not be as attractive as she used to be, maybe because she's letting herself go. Really young, attractive woman kind of throw herself at this man. Sometimes you can be overwhelmed by the fact that this person is so beautiful and they're throwing themselves at you, especially if they're younger than you, a couple years younger. Especially if you're not as physically fit as you used to be and so forth, etc. The thoughts that are going through your mind is like, damn, I still have it. I still got it. I can pull a chick this hot. I can pull a woman that's this fine and sophisticated and so forth, etc., etc., etc. Now, on the emotional side of things, for women tend to cheat for of course, emotional reason of not being satisfied emotionally, as an aspect of they're just not getting enough alone time with their spouse. Their spouse is not necessarily catering to them like they used to before when they're into the relationship, which that is something that goes on both parts as well, in my opinion. um our emotionally, our needs is just not being met overall, meaning the guy's just not giving what she needs emotionally, and that can stem from a whole host of things. Like I said before, she may not just be getting any time with him. Maybe her situation where he's working around the clock 24/7 and she want that alone time and he's not getting it. He may not be, of course, satisfying her intimately. You can, of course, let your imagination run there. Try to keep this a bit PG-13, so to speak, or a little bit less. But emotionally not meet, of course, not meeting her emotional needs or intimacy in a relationship has gone down. A lot of these things definitely take, of course, toll on each individual, in my opinion, but definitely a woman, if she's strong in that department. Normally what normally happens is it's the other way around. It's the women that tend to fall off when it comes to, of course, the intimacy bandwagon, and guys tend to go out of the relationship for it, because at that point we're still kind of going like an engine and want it every day and want it every every week, so forth, etc. Whereas women sometimes, especially if there's kids involved, tend to slow down. Their sex drive tend to slow down as well. Their hormones are pretty much going all over the place. That tend to interfere as well. So there's a lot of different things that normally goes in. It's one of the reasons why a lot of women get cheated on while they're pregnant, because a lot of women don't necessarily want to be intimate during that time, especially if it's a difficult kind of birth where you're in pain all the time. It just makes you miserable, or it's very uncomfortable, so to speak. I guess that would be a better term than say miserable. So it's an uncomfortable pregnancy, whereas the child may be sitting on one side of your womb, or whatever. A lot of different things that goes on, and of course therefore it's maybe painful, or maybe a situation where your hormones are just all over the place and you just don't want to be intimate And most guys probably just can't hold out for the whole 9 months, if you get what I mean. And so guys tend sometimes to definitely cheat, especially if they're getting it for free or getting it thrown at them. Maybe they won't go just looking for it, but if it falls in their lap, most of the time they're going to take it, especially if the female is very, very hot. Now, again, like I stated, I think emotionally, though, I do think that emotional affairs are the worst, because for a woman, it tends to be a sign that she is checked out of the relationship. It's tend to be a sign that she's kind of been thinking about it for a while and she made her move, which means she's kind of giving you 20%, and the person she's seeing outside, especially if they fit her criteria, she may be giving 50 to, or if you want to split it, say 100%, she's giving you 25%, and she's giving the person outside of the relationship the other 75%, which means it's very hard for you to pull her back in, especially if that person has what you don't have, and it may have the same things you have plus. So those are the things that I think can definitely be an hindrance for someone getting back together too as well, when it comes to emotional affair, which women tend to normally have over guys. Again, like I stated before, a lot of things that women think of that are more emotional, guys don't necessarily think the same. It's one of the reasons why a woman maybe try to give hints onto the fact that, hey, you're lacking here emotionally, and so forth, etc. It doesn't necessarily happen. My thoughts on that would be for any woman to just understand that, like you've heard a lot of times, I know I won't be the first person saying it, but communication is key when it comes to that. And this goes on the guy's part too, just as much as the female. But I think a lot of females don't necessarily spend the time to talk to their man and tell them, hey, look, I don't feel like you're emotionally meeting my needs at the moment in this aspect or that aspect, so forth, for us to try and work on the relationship together, versus trying to give hints, whereas most guys are not really looking for those hints. We're not mind readers, so we don't tend to see it. It'd be just like a female liking a guy, and you swing your hair. Obviously some females are going to say, oh, we don't do that, but the different things that females do to try and make themselves look available, and some guys may just not see it. You may not be one of those guys that can just read women like that. I mean, that doesn't mean that he's not a good guy and doesn't know what's going on. It just means that he doesn't know to read the signs of some women. Not every woman is the same. Everything is different that they do. So us as guys, we're not mind readers, and I feel like it's very important to kind of just sit at the table and say, hey, look, I don't feel like you're spending enough time with me, and we need to fix that. So that way I'm not emotionally having issues on that aspect, or if there's other issues as well, talk about it, so you guys can try to fix the issue before you go off and get sucked off by someone else, and you end up doing something you don't want, or you end up exiting the relationship by not even giving, of course, the man a chance to, of course, try and rectify the situation. Same thing goes for a guy. Talk about whatever is going on. If you feel like you're not getting enough intimacy from your wife and so forth, etc., or girlfriend, be sure to talk about it. It goes both ways. But I just want to share my thoughts and opinion when it comes to that. I recently was talking to someone, and they was kind of expressing that to me, and that's one of the reasons why I came up with this topic and wanted to talk about it, because it was really important. And what they did was they actually went to counseling, and it worked for them, and where the counselor was pretty much telling them the same thing, that you have to sit down and talk about certain things, because these are the directions stuff like this normally leads into. And you can, it's a lot of relationships you see that happens with. So let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. Do you guys agree with me, disagree with me, so forth, etc.? I'd love to hear them. Be sure to let me know any topic ideas you guys may have in the comment section as well, so I can do them. And of course, guys, as always, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And be sure to definitely let me know your thoughts and opinion on this topic. With that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I want it